Hey everyone! If you're looking to find a great dog trainer for you and your furry best friend right here in the Villages, Florida, you have definitely come to the right place. Let's get right to it. You know, life in the Villages is all about being social and active, right? Whether you're heading to a town square, cruising on the golf cart paths, or just chilling at home, having a dog who's a calm, confident companion, well, that's what lets you really enjoy everything.
So that's the question, isn't it? How do you pick that perfect training partner? Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover. We're going to walk through a simple step-by-step guide to help you feel totally confident in your choice.
Okay, so let's talk about why training here is maybe a little unique. It's really more than just teaching sit and stay. It's about getting your dog comfortable with the Village's lifestyle. Think about it. Politely passing all those golf carts on the paths, or staying relaxed during a busy concert at Lake Sunter Landing. That's the kind of real-world training we're talking about. All right, so where do you even start? Let's look at the different ways you can approach training. It really boils down to two key pieces: the trainer's philosophy, how they teach, and the actual format of the lessons themselves.
One of the most effective and honestly kindest methods out there is positive reinforcement. It's pretty simple, really. You reward the behavior you want to see. This isn't just about getting your dog to follow commands. It's about building a strong, trusting bond. You end up with a dog who actually enjoys learning, which is fantastic. So, which format is the best fit for you? Well, it depends on your goals. Private lessons are amazing for those specific at-home things, like the dog that goes nuts barking every time someone walks past the lanai. But group classes, they are absolutely golden for practicing good manners out in the world, which you'll need for any trip to Spanish Springs or Brownwood.
Okay, so you've got an idea of the method and format you want. Now, how do you actually check out a trainer to see if they're the real deal? It's all about checking for the right credentials and, even more so, asking some smart questions. All right, I know these letters can look like a bit of alphabet soup, but they're really helpful. Think of it this way. A certification like CPDT-KA means a trainer has a great solid foundation in general training. But if you're dealing with tougher stuff like serious fear or reactivity, seeing something like CBCC-KA tells you they have a much deeper, specialized expertise in behavior. When you get on the phone with a potential trainer, you'll want to have this little checklist handy. Seriously, ask these things. You're listening for them to talk about positive reward-based methods. You want to hear that they get the Villages and its unique distractions. And hey, if you're dealing with behavior issues, making sure they're willing to work with your vet is a must. All right, let's talk about the practical side of things. Money. What should you expect to budget for professional dog training around here? Let's break down the numbers. So for a single 1-hour private lesson, you're typically looking at something in this ballpark. This can be a really smart way to go if you just need some expert advice on one or two specific things, without having to sign up for a big package. And here's a broader look at what you might see. You'll notice group classes are often a great value for learning those basic good manners. In-home packages, yeah, they're a bigger investment, but you get a plan that's totally customized for your dog. And then you have board and train, which is the most intensive and most expensive option for really comprehensive work. Because, training isn't just something that happens for an hour a week. You have to take it out into the real world. And to do that, you need to know the local rules and, just as important, the best spots to practice. Being a good dog-owning neighbor here really means keeping these few rules in mind. First off, the leash law is a big one. They're serious about it on all community property. Your pup also has to be up to date on their rabies shot and actually wear the tag. And of course, keeping barking under control, well, that's just key for keeping everyone happy. Okay, so you know the rules, but where do you go to practice and make all that training really stick? Let's check out some of the best local spots to do exactly that. You can almost think of these spots as levels in your training journey. The fenced dog parks, those are your go-to for safe, legal, off-leash play. Then you've got the pathways, which are basically the perfect real-world classroom for practicing loose-leash walking, with all those golf carts whizzing by. And when your dog is really ready for a challenge, the town squares are the ultimate test for handling major distractions. And at the end of the day, this is what it's all about, isn't it? The whole point of training isn't to create some perfectly obedient robot. It's about building this amazing partnership with your dog so you can just enjoy every single part of your life here together. So, here's to finding that perfect training partner. I mean, just picture it. Those confident, stress-free walks on the paths, your dog calmly greeting friends when they pop over, and just quiet, happy evenings relaxing on the lanai together.
That's what good training does. It just makes all of that possible. It opens up the absolute best parts of the village's lifestyle for both you and your dog to share.